Welcome back. TDS here, and welcome back to my vlog. Back at it. Yeah, resume. Don't want to fuck that up, huh? But, alright, so, I took a little break, and, had to get my thoughts together, right? And I got a little concerned about the fact that what the fuck? Is this a dead end? Holy shit. But yeah. So I got a little something set up. So whenever I make videos and I'm starting to have oh shit. These motherfuckers are deep. But yeah, sorry for being all interrupted and shit, you know. But yeah, from now on, whenever I make videos, and I know for a fact that if I'm not gonna be talking about the game and I'm gonna be talking about some other shit, I decided to make a list of points that I wanted to touch on. I noticed some YouTubers, like a small number of YouTubers, do this whenever they have discussion videos and all that good jazz. That they always write down their points so that they don't get sidetracked, right? So that's what I pretty much did. I didn't write it down. I pretty much just more or less typed it in my notes, right? So that's what I'm gonna do, because I noticed in my last two videos my conversations were just veering off all over the fucking place, and there was a lot of things I wanted to say, and I didn't get a chance to articulate it correctly, or I only did it halfway and didn't finish the entire thing, and stuff like that. So I somewhat fixed that problem now, so yeah. I don't gotta worry about that anymore. I think the only bad side to it is that I might start running out of things to talk about, I guess. But even now when I'm sitting down and I'm just I'm just relaxing and just thinking about it, it's like, fuck it, man. Who fucking cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, who fucking cares? This is my channel. This is my domain. This is my this is my setup. I can do things however I please. So just have a I guess have a little fun with it, right? There's nothing wrong with that. I don't want to risk Chain dying, so I'm a healer right now. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I took a look at my last two videos, and I wanted to see where I wanted to start this off with. And yeah. So I think I will. What the fuck, bitch? No! What the fuck? Yo, man, these guys gotta die first. I try to play it safe and try to build some FP, but I mean, it doesn't matter if they're just going to keep taking it. He took 47. That's like a whole area type attack right there that I didn't even use. So how you gonna retreat? Oh, okay. So yeah, chain was already at max. Yeah. So I think I'll start things off by pretty much starting in order. My last two videos I was talking about the PC. You know, I was talking about my buddy and how he wants a PC, but he just can't fucking seem to save for it, even though he has, in my opinion, more than enough means to actually pull it off. You know, as long as he cuts out a few things that I suggested that he actually does. But before I get back into that story in detail, I'm gonna touch upon something that I touched upon before. I made a video review about the laptop that I got and how I got it and everything else. But I believe there was one thing I didn't really touch on, and that was, you know, personally why I decided to go towards PC gaming and completely abandon consoles for good, you know. Now, I will buy a console later on in the future. You know, I'll buy like a PS4 or something, but it's just like right now, you know, I'm not really hurting for it. You know, if I have like a little extra cash to spend and shit, then yeah, I'll get like a PS4 and all that stuff. But I also need to get me a TV too. You know, that shit costs money. I mean, I know you can get a fucking flat screen, you know, some little run-of-the-mill flat screen for you know, for like for like 200 or less, you know, but that's only if I really and truly just want a console so bad that I just say fuck it and just dive into my savings and then just buy the shit. Am I at that point? Fuck no. Let me see. Yeah, I'll use special tone and bring their asses up front. But alright, so here's my reason as to why I decided to go PC. Let's see. Yeah, fuck it. Wait. Whoa. Oh, I meant to do fucking shock punch. I did not mean to do dive punch. That was stupid. I can't believe I keep making that fucking mistake. Ugh. Alright. Let me get comfortable first before I do this. Move this crap over. Alright. Oh, why did Linear's turn out to be first and not anyone else's? Oh, fuck it, they're lined up. Yeah, I'd rather they do that attack than anything else. Damn, and they're critting too. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good at all. Alright. Now, the reason I decided to go PC is pretty simple. know, fuck the council and PC wars. I could, you know, I really could care less. I really could give a shit. You know, I didn't even know that there was, you know, at the time, I didn't really know that there was a fucking war on the subject. You know, and you know me, when it comes to fucking debates and arguments like this, I'm mostly just the middle of the roader type of guy. And if you want to know my opinion, I really don't think that there's I don't really think that there's any reason for a debate concerning that shit. Because I mean, it's pretty much whatever fucking works for you. You know, if councils work for you, then by all means buy council. But if PC works for you, then by all means buy PC. Me personally, PC fits my lifestyle a whole lot better than a console. You know. Another reason why I decided to go PC is because when I did the math, all right, and you know, I did the number crunching on, you know, how much a console would cost, like a brand, you know, not, you know, I didn't have the actual price. All right. You know, I was basically just ballparking it. It was, was estimating the greatest number. Right. Cause I mean, that's ultimately how much I'm going to spend anyway. So it's like, fuck, you know. So I did some number crunching. I number crunched how much a console would cost. You know, and I'm just talking about just one. You know what I mean? You know, forget multiple consoles. You know, I was planning on doing that shit before. You know, I was before I was even making any money at all. But I was like, man, let me really sit down and do the hard math here, because I don't want to be unrealistic about what the fuck I actually want. Because at first I was just like, oh, I want all the consoles. I want the Xbox. I want the PS4. I want the Wii U. I want all them motherfuckers, right? You know, I was on that shit. You know, being wishy-washy, being a wishful thinker, right? Let's see, run rank of enemies. Damn it, man. And like, it's these enemies again, and I hate them. Fucking hate them, but I'm just gonna attack them. To hell with it. If they steal some FP, fuck it. I'll just have to attack just to get it all back. It's the best thing I can do. But yeah, you know, I was on that shit. I was like, yep, I want me a PS4, Xbox One. You know, if you want to go further back, I was like, yeah, I want a PS3, Xbox, Wii, right? And yeah, I knew he was gonna do that shit, motherfucker. And you know, Wii, and what else? Oh yeah, the handheld. I want a PS Vita, I want a DS. You know what I'm saying? 3DS, you know, all that shit. You know, yeah, fuck it. Let's just go further back in how I was back then. You know, during my what do you want to call it? Shit, what the fuck do you want to call it? I guess you can say unemployment days, unemployment years. So, yeah, well, I was trying to fix my little life problem. I already told you what that was before. You know, I was like, yeah, I want me a PS3, Xbox. I want Xbox Live, PlayStation. What was it called? It's not called PlayStation. It wasn't called PlayStation Plus, right? It was called something else, and I forgot what the fuck it was. Oh yeah, PlayStation Network. Yeah, I wanted that. You know, I was being unrealistic about it, because I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that after a while, you know, once I put in a lot of hours at work, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to fucking afford all that shit, right? you know, working $8.50 an hour, $9 an hour, $10 an hour, right? And I was thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna be able to afford all that shit. Maybe not in one fell swoop, but I was just thinking like, yeah, like maybe through like 3 months from now, 4 months from now, like my expectations was just completely unrealistic. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, it happens, when you have prolonged, as a fellow YouTuber, SWP would say, when you have prolonged exposure to poverty, everything becomes unrealistic at that point. You just start becoming a wishful thinker. You're not really thinking logically or realistically about the situation at all. Like you're just all out there, just immeasurable, just having an immeasurable mindset like a motherfucker, right? So that's the type of shit that I was on. But then, since I had a lot of fucking time on my hands, I had to really sit back and I was like, wait a minute, wait a minute. Hold on. There is no way in hell I'm going to be able I'm pretty sure there's not going to be able to, no way for me to afford that shit. And if there is, I'll have to, do some number crunching and figure it out. Right? So that's what I did. I mapped out what exactly that I wanted. I'm like, all right, I'll go with one console. I was like, all right, let's hypothetically say PS3, right? And I'm not talking about PS3 of today. I'm talking about like back then, back when it was like the next gen console. All the one-sided E3 conferences with Sony pretty much doing better overall, and Microsoft doing poorly, and Nintendo is just like up in the air type shit, right? Like back then. So I'm like, all right, I want me a PS3. That's gonna cost me $400 because I'm pretty sure that's how much they charged at the time. I could be way off the mark there, but that's how much it was. I'm like, fuck it, like $400, right, just to get the system. I'm like, okay, so I want me a big ass TV on top of that, right? So I'm like, all right, that's gonna cost me like $200 plus tax, because I was being a fucking greedy fuck. Well, I mean, I wasn't really fucking greedy. My expectations was just out there. So I'm like, all right, I want me a fucking 32-inch fucking TV, right? I'll use trap search. That's needed. Frying pan with power. Lucky frying pan. Damn, that raises her attack up immensely, but her hits and her defense take a dive. Fuck it, man. Fuck it. Yeah. I'll just have to deal with that. I mean, as long as her luck is up, fine. I forgot what parameters that dictates in the game, but I might figure it out sooner than I think. Now that her fucking luck is at 39, shit. But yeah, so I was being unrealistic about. Damn, what the fuck? No. Hold up. All right, so PS3, $400. Me being me, I'm like, all right. Well, me being me at the time, I was like, all right, I want a 32-inch fucking flat screen, right? I'm like, all right, that's gonna cost me like fucking $200 plus tax, right? $300, really, yeah, somewhere around that range. So it's like, fuck, you're already at $700, right? And then there's the games, okay? And I wanted all the games that came out brand new, brand spanking new. You know, this is around the time when they started coming out with fucking games for fucking 50, yeah, like $50 to $60 new. Yeah, like somewhere around that range, right? And around that time, there was like a whole bunch of new games coming out. Some of them still being $50 fucking dollars. And I forgot which ones they were. Let's see. I'm trying to think back on what all the big PS3 games were coming out back then. Shit. I'm trying to think. Wow, I can't really think of it. I really can't think of it. Oh, I don't know. Fuck it. At the time, I was all excited over fucking Final Fantasy 13. So I was like, yeah, I want that brand new. I want fucking Fallout brand new, right? And Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm. You know, yeah, I remember that was coming out back then. That was when they first introduced it. You know, everybody was hyped. I was hyped. I was like, yup, I want Ultimate Ninja Storm, brand new, right? So it's like already 3 fucking games, 60 some dollars plus tax, right? So already over $120 worth of games, plus the flat screen, plus the console. Yeah, like damn near $800 already. So I'm like, okay. And then, you know, I didn't go any further than that. I don't think. No, I didn't go any further than that. I was like, all right. So all this all together is gonna come up to like fucking $800 some. So all right, let's do the math here. So I find a job somewhere, and I'm just going to assume I get paid fucking $8.50 an hour, right? So I did the crunching, and I'm like, you know, after I did the number crunching and everything else, I was like, damn, it's gonna take me fucking, you know, 3 months to do that shit. And that's with me constantly saving. That's with me just saving everything up. You know, minus, you know, never mind getting an apartment. Never mind, you know, dealing with daily expenses and all that stuff. But it'll take me fucking forever to do that shit. But at the time, I was fucking determined. I'm using double blend on this motherfucker. But yeah, at the time I was fucking determined. I was like, man, I can do this. You know, I can do this shit. And then you know, I was being like, okay. And then after that, then I'll save up to get my own place. Because I just wanted the games first. Because I was just, you know, my priorities were just all jacked up. You know, once again, that's what happens when you have prolonged exposure to poverty. You start thinking unrealistic shit. All right, I need some serious first aid, like right now. Now, continuing on my story, did I actually go out there and do it? Of course not, man. I mean, you know, my whole little life problem of not having my birth certificate and social security ran deeper than just not having those two things. Like, it was actually something else that it was actually something I forgot to mention. So, you know, not only could I not get my birth certificate and shit, it turns out that the name on my birth certificate was fucked up. So, aside from me having to do battle with Illinois over getting my shit back, I also had to, before all that, I had to fucking do battle with them just to fucking change the shit. fucking ridiculous. Somebody said, "Well, can you prove that you are who you are?" I'm like, "Yes." Like, do you have this, that, and the third? I'm like, "Yes." All right. And then I send it in to them. Takes it like a fucking. It takes like 7 business days to get from Ohio to Illinois, and then when they finally get the shit, then they're like, "Oh, sorry, that's not enough." And I'm like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me!" So yeah, you can imagine how frustrating and and everything, how frustrating that was, because that really was frustrating. That was like the most stressful time I've ever had in my entire life. But in the end, I did learn life lessons and stuff like that from it. Honestly, I think without that experience, I wouldn't have been able to be realistic about what I really want, instead of just having all this wishful thinking. Because I wasn't being a complete wishful thinker. I was just fucking I was really just ballparking the shit. But it was like low key, I was like, man, I still want that shit though. But it's like, damn, like I really gotta put in a lot of work to do it. And it's definitely not helping that I got family all up in my pocket and shit. Like that's not that's not fucking helping me at all. So I'm like, fuck, man, like what am I supposed to do? But long story short, in the end, I didn't get a PS3. All right, I didn't get any of that shit. Everyone else around me did. I didn't. I was like, I just couldn't afford it. I always went window shopping over the shit. I always looked online at the library. Was always on the library computers looking up certain games and shit that I wanted, but I couldn't get. It was that type of shit. And of course, later on down the line, I actually started looking up some old school games and stuff like that. And that's when the gears started to turn in my head as far as me switching over to PC. Because I was like, damn, like these were all good games, but none of these games are on the current console. Oh, thank you. God, I needed that shit. But yeah, that's when the gears just started to turn. And what solidified my my decision to go PC was Blackbuster Critic. Watching his videos, absorbing all of his points, and everything, following his streams, his debates and everything, and seeing how he combats, people that try to put down the PC. And as a person that experienced PC myself at an early age, I totally got what the fuck he was talking about. Totally got it. The console fanboys, on the other hand, didn't get it. That like they were just so focused on trying to fucking out debate him that they were just missing the point. Oh, okay, I got it. Motherfucker has to die for that shit. Fine. I don't think I can bring any of these motherfuckers to the front, so I'm just gonna kill you first. Yeah, because you gotta die. Sorry. So yeah, after watching BBC, that's pretty much what got me, solidified my decision to pretty much go PC. But at the time, it was more of, okay, I'm gonna go PC, but it's gonna be in the future. You know what I mean? After I get all my consoles, then I'll get the PC. Like the PC was like the, like the last on my list. you know, as far as entertainment and stuff like that is concerned. I was like, yeah, PC is the last on the list, right? And that's pretty much where my thought process about the whole entire situation ended. You know. Then fast forward, I went to Job Corps for, you know, computer repair, right? Because I'm like, you know, my whole thing at the time was, well, I'm always going to the library to get on the fucking computer and read books, so why not, you know, take a trade, do a trade and get into it, right? So I went to Job Corps and learned computer repair. I didn't get certified, you know, just to be completely honest. I didn't get certified. I sort of fucked up and brought a fucking weapon up there and shit. And I know you're like, what the fuck? What the fuck you bring a weapon up there for? Because I was in Detroit. Enough said. I was in fucking Detroit, man. Trying to see. I don't think I'm gonna get rid of it quite yet. Use item search. Alright. Trekking shoes. All Linear has those, and she has those too. And Mag doesn't need them, so Trek shoes go bye-bye. But yeah, you know, I went up to Job Corps, and if you don't know what Job Corps is, you know, you can always look it up and see for yourself. But it's a vocational training center. You know, you learn a trade. It's basically for at-risk youth, but the limit is 24. Damn, it is an upgrade kit. I don't really need a fucking upgrade kit. But shit, I might need one for Pepper, because I am gonna include her in my party very soon. So fuck. Alright. Yeah, I'll have to take the upgrade kit, fortunately. But yeah, man, you know, the Job Corps that they sent me to was in Detroit. You know, I actually wanted to go to Earl C. Clemens, but they sent me up there to Detroit instead because they said all the computer tech trades were all being either held up or they weren't there anymore at the other remaining Job Corps centers. So the only one left was in Detroit, so I had no choice but to take that shit. So I did, and I did learn quite a lot up there, even though the entire center itself was just kind of just like eh. Hold on, I'm getting me an attack booster. Yep, there we go. Chain is officially my tank now. But the fuck? The fuck were you doing, man? Smoking crack? You saw the way he turned the corner, man? He was looking bugged the fuck out. Alright. There's no way in hell I can hold back anymore. Yeah. Die. But yeah, I ended up bringing a weapon up there at the Job Corps Center. Well, actually, like, it wasn't nothing that fucking serious. It was just more of a mistake, really, because we have Christmas break, and I was able to go back to Columbus for Christmas break, you know, until it was time for us to go back and stuff for the new semester and everything. And when I went back, when I went back home, I was going to take some additional stuff with me this time around, right? Oh, you bitch. That's kind of pointless, but whatever. Yo, them drugs is doing you service right now, man. You couldn't get away from Linear, though. Not having that. But, yeah, so I had like this kunai knife, and it was really, it was really cool looking. It was, jet black. It had the nice little finishing touches on it. Had like a little string, a little string at the end and shit. Like, it was my first time actually having a kunai knife in the first place, and it was pretty cool. I could have used it. I should have used it as a fucking like keychain or some shit. But even then, I know that that the Job Corps staff would have said something about it. So yeah, I ended up bringing that shit up there. And when I first got there, after our break, they didn't check our bags or anything like that. They ain't got time to do all that shit. So they, I got away with it. I was able to bring it in. I mean, I did put it away in a really, in like a little secret pocket, and whatever. But basically what happened was that I went to the fucking corner store with my buddies, and I forgot that I had it with me. Like, I literally forgot that I had it with me. And then I went over there inside the security booth. They were scanning for weapons and all that shit. And me, I'm just like, yeah, I'm good, whatever. Just finna go inside and enjoy myself, right? And then all of a sudden, their little fucking metal detector stick started going off, and I was like, what the fuck? I looked at my pocket and then I felt for it. I'm like, oh shit. So I was like, hey, look, I forgot that I had this in my pocket. It's not, it's not sharp or anything. Like, it's just a little dull kunai knife. I mostly just keep it on me for like, as an accessory. And they were, the security guards were all cool about and shit. But in the end, that ended up, the result was I ended up getting kicked out because of that. I ended up getting terminated. And that sucked, Because I did have some plans going over there. But, like, realistically, son of a bitch! God, I hate these fucking things. Die! They're really just putting the pressure on me. But, yeah, so that sucked. Because I did have plans going in there in the first place. But, like, really thinking back on it, I'm like, well, seeing how all my Job Corps buddies are doing now, I don't think it would have made it much of a difference, really. Because I would have went inside, I would have got certified and shit. And then, since I was already at the limit of my age, because the age limit is 24, and I went in there while I was 24, You see? So if nothing else, I only had at least one more year to be in there before they ushered me out the door anyway. So it's like, fuck it. You know, it didn't really matter. What really mattered was the experience I got out of it. And I did learn. I did take everything I learned and applied it. So that's what that's ultimately what counts. Poison. But anyway, like I was saying, my ultimate goal for going to Job Corps anyway was because since they was a government facility, I was hoping that maybe they can pull some strings in Illinois and just get them to correct my birth certificate and send it out there to them instead of me trying to fight with them and sending all the way up there to Illinois. What do we got? Purifying potion, yeah, and herb. Yep, because I don't need any of that shit. I do need those two though, and I'm going to use those right now, and that'll free up some space. Alright, there we go. But yeah, that's what I was hoping for, and since I got terminated early, you know, all that shit just went down the drain, so I was pretty much back to more or less square one. But I don't think they wouldn't have been able to help me anyway in that regard, because that might have been something that was way out of their league. Oh, she already has leather jacket. Yeah, I'm more worried about my defense than my evasion, because, you know, evading doesn't really come all that often. So, God, man, I hate these fuckers. I hate them, hate them, hate them, hate them, hate them. They hit hard and they just suck. Fucking hell! Oh my god, I hate these motherfuckers. These guys are worse than the fucking, you know what I'm talking about. Those fucking things in the Heaven's Ruins, the fucking Peripatus or some shit. Fucking, wow. Oh, you see why I didn't want to fucking come here to this shit? It's bullshit. Watch, they gonna have those fucking orange things in there along with them. No, not this time. Damn it, man. Oh, and I'm getting hot. Getting really fucking hot. Ugh. But yeah, that pretty much that's pretty much it as far as, you know. Okay. Alright. I'm in a bit of some trouble here. Yeah, why don't I just start using some attack items here and just kill these motherfuckers? Just die. What's 129? Are you serious? You gotta be kidding me. Yeah, I'll heal chain. Alright, she's good to go. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So because of that, I had to fix my little life problem the slow way, which lasted for a very, very long time. Like years, okay? Because it's not like I was getting any help. You know, family wasn't helping me out like at all. You know, because they had their own fucking issues going on. You know, they had kids, right? Badass kids that they, you know, just didn't want to discipline or raise at all. They just had them just to have them. Son of a bitch, and he blocked my moves. And you know, like with every little money I did make, their kids would always just fucking tear it up. You know, and it's like fuck it. I don't really give a shit. I mean, it's the truth. It's the truth. You know, whatever little money I did save, I always had to spend it trying to replace shit that their kids broke. You know what I'm saying? And it just led to a whole shitload of fucking difficulties because you couldn't say anything to them. Because you know how single moms are when it comes to that shit. You know. And I don't give a fuck if it pisses them off. It's true. It's fucking true. I mean, if by some chance a single mom is watching my videos or some shit, you know, and they get offended by what the hell I said, I don't really give a fuck. I'm only talking about, you know, the single moms that just don't fucking care. Wow. Really? Yeah, like I'm talking about the ones that just don't care. Like, you know, they just have the baby just to have the baby. You know, even though they could have prevented all that shit. You know, fuck all that. Oh, every child is a blessing and all that. Like, fuck all that shit. Fuck all that shit. Like, when you have a kid, you're in the business of raising another human being. That takes money and dedication. But mostly, it just takes the money. It takes a lot of money. Like, kids are expensive. You know. Which, needless to say, thanks to the experiences I had dealing with that type of shit, you know, family, having all these kids, you know, and they have the kids, and then the kids come down, they break my shit, and not give a fuck about anyone else, not give a fuck about if they break anyone's shit at all, because it's like, you know, fuck you, fuck your life. I'm all about my kids and all this other shit. If they break your shit, oh well. You should have done a better thing at hiding it. You know, that type of bullshit. Fuck it. As long as I kill you, I'll feel safe. These guys are really pushing the limit here. But yeah, so that pretty much just solidified my decision not to have kids after dealing with that crap. Fuck. Good dodge, but shit. Die. Holy crap, man! This is a real fight. Whew. They're starting to lay the pressure. Yeah. Might want to start using Manal and Gold here. There we go. Yeah, these motherfuckers are at level 44, and I'm still only at level 42. God. Anyway, where are we? Okay. Yeah. All right then. I'll see you guys later. See you guys in the next part. All right. Bye-bye.